Good morning, everyone. I have a new level for you. It's a challenge level, which means it has no checkpoints, but it's not quite as long to compensate. So it's very difficult to play, and there's definitely a frustration peak where you're like, fuck, I'm back at the beginning again. But once you really get the hang of it, it's really nice to be able to do a whole series of memorized moves, like, coherently. It feels good in a particular hard platformer kind of way. So I'm going to be making these scattered throughout the game as secret levels. So when I talk about secret levels, this is going to be some of them. So at the end of this one, there's Buddy the Magic Golden Butt. He's a character who I've been working on over the last couple of days. He's based on a little animated character that my friend Cassie Chu made, which was Jamie the Jam Jar. I liked the butt wiggle of her animation. I said, hey, can I use that as reference? So anyway, there's going to be an achievement at some point, not now because there are no achievements yet, where if you collect all the golden butts, you get the achievement and some other in-game bonuses. There'll be little portals, magic portals, probably maybe I'm just thinking of this now, but golden sparkle portals, something that says, oh, this is a golden butt level. Anyway, this is not all of the levels in the game, all the secret levels rather. They won't all be like this. This is just a particular type. Probably a decent chunk will be though, because I could see having 15 or 20 of these scattered throughout the game. I'm also. So here's the key part. I did a bunch of work making these things happen this week. I made Buddy the Golden Butt, which, as much as it's just a tiny little animated character, it has a sound effect, it has animations, it has a bunch of stuff. So that actually took me a day and a half, ridiculous as that will sound. I did a bunch of stuff for the challenge thing, and basically my goal here is to start working on tutorial levels. And that's going to be hard on me because I don't want it to be hard on you guys. Basically, none of you speedrunner types want me to release a tutorial level as the level for the week. You might be understanding, and I'm sure you're lovely people, so I'm sure you would be, and say, oh, okay, these tutorial levels have to happen at some point. We have to have a first level of the game. We can't just have a game which gets brutally, instantly hard. But none of you folks need to learn how to jump or press B to stomp kind of thing. But this is actually holding me back from marketing the game right now, which is why the Patreon's been sitting at $500 because I haven't really been pushing it. I haven't been going on streams and showing people off, showing the game off to people, because there's no tutorial. People who haven't played the game before just get hard speedrunner levels, which is no good for a learning curve. I mean, ESJ normally has a learning curve that's kind of a bit of a cliff, but no tutorial. No tutorial isn't this. It's just vertical. So. Got to work on the tutorial. But that's going to mean for the next couple of weeks, I'm hopefully going to be doing very little butt level design, which is good and bad. I want to do more level design, but also, of course, I have problems with just running the company, right? So I'm going to be doing 2 levels a week, one of which is going to be a tutorial level, and one of which is going to be a challenge level. So that should hopefully pair things up. That means I don't need to worry too much about difficulty ramp because the challenge levels can be as hard as possible because they're secret, they're optional, they're for speedrunners and completionists who want the golden butt achievement, fair enough. The tutorial levels shouldn't be hard at all because I'm doing tutorials wrong if I'm teaching the player with a difficulty curve. So that's going to be the next couple of weeks. Hopefully that will get the 3-ish real tutorial levels, and beyond that point there won't be tutorial levels, there'll be easy levels, and I'll still use this mechanic of release a hard secret level which can just be brutally hard and then an easier level at the same time in a pairing. So hopefully that gets and then there'll be times when I have to just release an easier level, and that's just gonna have to be it, and you guys are gonna beat it in 28 seconds. Can't help it. That's development as we go along. But anyway, this is what I can do for now. So this next week, upcoming, the stuff I really want to work on is mostly level structure. I really want World 1 to be playable. I want someone new to sit down and be able to play the game and play level 1 and then play level 2 and then play level 3. Because currently what we have is a bit of an incoherent mess, right? The other thing is I've been thinking more and more that Electronic Superjoy, I liked it because it wasn't Super Meat Boy. It didn't have as coherent a storyline. It was more colorful. It was a little crazier. That's all. Super Meat Boy or Stealth Bastard are fine games. I like them, but I really like Starseed Pilgrim. I really like a couple other games that are just like, fuck you, figure out the story, figure out the whatever, gonna blow your eyeballs up with visuals or music or something like that. Like, yeah. Anyway, it's my personal tastes. I don't want, the Dark World. I want 45 levels that were whatever the mood of the level designer came up with that day, which is reflected in my work. So actually this morning I wanted to do a thing. I thought, oh, what if I have a level that doesn't have music in it? And I mean, it's Electronic Superjoy, so that's fucking crazy, right? I just want to have the sound of rain. I just want to get a loop of a sound effect of like rain and play it in the background. And then I put a particle effect throughout the entire level that was rain. And it felt great. It wouldn't work for a Golden Butt challenge level, but it's really cool, and I'm definitely going to use that in a level somewhere. And so I've been thinking a lot about making Electronic Superjoy 2 even crazier than Electronic Superjoy. And so part of that is the meta structure. How does the levels fit together? Do I really want to have a nice coherent storyline about bosses? And like, I had this concept where you help the citizens of Party City, and then you go and defeat Santa Claus, and then you need to go to the floozy of Babylon. And I'm still kind of in that boat. But on the other hand, I think that might be too coherent for me. I don't think I want that. I think I want it to be a little bit more insane. Like, in a good way, hopefully. But I think I want it to be more what the fuck moments. I want more people, to just have holy shit, what's going on moments. Like, not in a pure randomness, insanity kind of way. Like, I want it to be good and insane, not like random and insane. So that's going to take a lot of work. But I have some crazy ideas, partially mini games and like tonal shifts and like crazy stuff. Like I want you to come across the player's mother in one level, and then she dies, and then the next 3 levels are just really depressed music and blackness, and people are just like, wait, what? Like I want I'm not aiming for BoJack Horseman's levels of insanity, but I really want to experiment. With ESJ1, I really did experiment. And now I'm just trying to fit the mold of ESJ1. And I'm like, I should be experimenting more. So I'm going to be experimenting. Now, obviously the tutorial isn't going to be experimental. And the challenge levels really aren't going to be that experimental. They're going to be hard and fun. And the tutorial is going to be hopefully informative. But at some point in the next couple of months, but definitely I want to try experimenting more. And then what I can do over the next week is I really want to make the world one scope to give me room to experiment. All right, well, thanks for listening to me blather about how I want to experiment for 8 minutes. It's gonna be a long devlog video. The level will be up probably as you're watching this, and it should be at least 7:30 by now. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. I'm sure you speedrunners will nail it. I've really enjoyed memorizing the entire level and having to play it coherently in one go. I definitely want to do more of this. Cool. See you folks later.